Dang, my camera was skipping my camera was skipping on that. I was using that wire. I was out there outside service. That camera was skipping. I just went back and checked it out. I should have left the camera off. I should have left the camera off because that camera was skipping bad. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I wanted to finish off where I left off before I hop off because I wasn't trying to hop off until I finish. Um, just to bring it back around full circle. My phone was dying, so I had to hop off. I ain't had no choice on that. I ain't had no choice on that. Share this out real quick too. Yeah, my phone still ended up also, but it still ended up dying. Yeah, I wanted to tap in. What was I on before I left? Oh, expecting people to expecting people to know not to do things when you don't tell them how you move, when you don't set your boundaries. Yeah, we back. Shout out Q Money. But yeah, expecting people, like I was saying, like you can't expect people to know what not to do if you don't let them know what you allow. You feel me? Um, you can't expect people to move like you if you don't ask them questions and try to, just figure out. Or if you don't let them know, like, well, look, this is what I don't do. This is what I don't do. These is my lines in the sand. This is the shit that I'm not with. Wavy, what's popping? You gotta draw your line in the sand. So the first thing that you gotta do when you start interacting with people, and if you feel like y'all gonna be interacting consistently, you gotta draw your line in the sand. If it's just somebody you don't talk to like that, then you just you speak to them in passing. But if it's something deeper than that though, you gotta draw your line in the sand. You gotta set your boundaries, and you can eliminate a lot of shit with your woman too. Ladies with your man too. Let him. The way we say he eat ranch chicken salad. I used to fuck with. I used to fuck with that. Hey, Hidden Valley Ranch is trash though now. I don't know about what y'all think, but Hidden Valley Ranch is trash. That shit is not good. It's not good. Hidden Valley Ranch is so trash. Wingstop got the best ranch. Wingstop got the best ranch. What's happening, man? You can't say nothing to that. Can't nobody say nothing to that. Wingstop got the best ranch. And anybody who ranch tastes something like it got the best ranch. Who else got some good ranch? Denny's got some decent. It's pretty decent. Denny's got some decent ranch. Wingstop got the best ranch though. You ain't never seen no ranch that's better than Wingstop's, hands down. You ain't never tasted no ranch that's better than Wingstop. You haven't. You can't tell me about a ranch that's better than Wingstop. Sorry, you can't. You can't. It ain't nope. No, no way. It's no way that it's a better ranch than Wingstop. Yeah. Right. So come on, stop that. We're not even gonna act like that exists. We're not gonna act like a ranch better than Wingstops exists because it doesn't. So we can go on and kill that. We can go on and smoke that idea. Hold up, real quick. Hold up. Hold on. Beg my pardon. Beg my pardon. Beg my pardon. I gotta go run and grab something real quick so I can. I'm gonna get back so I can finish this one. Big Kane, what's poppin'? What's poppin', my G? Hey, Big Wavy, I see you ain't came back with a better ranch than Wingstop. So long as we know, long as we know that we know, it's good. But yeah, the last thing I was saying was basically this: when you in a relationship or a friendship, you never been there. Damn, they don't got shit. Where you at? What city you in? You gotta go hit up a Wingstop in your city, man. Where you at, man? I'm gonna look up a Wingstop for you. You gotta go. You gotta see what that's like. Pittsburgh. Okay, bet. Bet. Oh yeah, you did say Pittsburgh before, huh? Okay, but yeah. Uh when you start a friendship or a relationship, you gotta tell them no. You gotta let people know the do's and don'ts. If you don't, you can't be mad at them for them not knowing some shit that you didn't tell them. You can't. You didn't, it's like you didn't came up with a list of do's and don'ts in your head, but you didn't tell the person who you holding to these standards. You holding somebody to some standards that they don't know about, right? So the list of do's and don'ts that you had in your head, you didn't tell this person about, but you trying to hold them accountable of it. And I get like it's some shit that it is shit that people should know already. It is things that people should know just off of growing. It's a lot of things in life people should just know off the rip that you shouldn't have to tell them. But see, here's the thing: since people, since situations can lead as far as people getting their life or freedom taken, do you really want to leave that? Do you really want to leave that up for grabs? Do you really want to leave that in somebody else's hands? Situations can go in directions further that can end with people's life or their freedom or injuries, bad ones. And it could be you, it could be them, it can be whoever. So to know that that can be avoided, or to know it's a high possibility that that can be avoided just by setting boundaries. Setting boundaries that can be avoided by setting boundaries. So that way, if I know you don't fuck with something and I do it anyway, then whatever the consequence is, that's just what it is, and I gotta accept that. So yeah, that's one of the that's one of the main that's that, and along with not asking the right questions, not setting boundaries, not um not grasping the fact that you gotta when you when you dealing with people, people gotta be this. People gotta be typically most people when they are authentic, they're the same. They the same way most of the time. Most of the time, and if they not the same way, it's not in a negative light. It's just because some people they just adjust different to different situations, but it's not negative. Like it's not fucked up. It's just not what you would usually see. For instance, you can be a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers don't like the camera, but when you watch a video or see them or hear them on a track, when you or see them on different platforms, you wouldn't really get that idea. You wouldn't think that they didn't like the camera or like being on the mic like that. But a lot of rappers don't like that. But when they get in that zone, they in that zone, and they just adjust different. So it's the same thing with YouTube. It's the same thing with the streets. Vet the people that we fucking with. Let them know. Let them know what you on, what kind of time you on. See what kind of time they on. If they violate, then you already know what it is. If you violate, then they already know what it is. And then we just leave it at that. That way it ain't gotta come to nothing else. Because a lot of people is putting the energy out there but not able to handle the issues that come with it. You put the energy out there but you can't handle the issues that come with it. Because what goes up must come down. What goes up must come down. So yeah, just a little advice. Some advice for my people. What was the title on this? I never hated on gave advice. Uh, never hated on gave advice. Negative energy. Negative energy always comes back. YouTube streets are comedy. That's a fact. YouTube streets are comedy. And I ain't know that it was like that. I didn't know that there was so much espionage going on behind this shit. I didn't know it was so much. I didn't know people was putting so much energy into like wrecking people's shit. And this is like all over YouTube though. It's not any specific city. It's not a specific state. It's every city, every state, different countries, all over YouTube where it's YouTube beefs and motherfuckers trying to sabotage each other and just like crazy ass weird shit. I'm like, damn, nigga, I thought it real shit happening in the streets. We see real shit happening every day. But this is the entertainment. So, but you know, it is what it is. Just gotta be mindful, man. Just gotta be mindful. Pay attention. Stay on the lookout. Stay sucker free. Bad people. Stay out the way. Shout out to Slick Sam. Stay out the way and just know that you control your environment. You control your environment. You control your environment. So if you listen, if you are not if you're not protective of your energy, if you're not protective of your environment, if you're not protective of your people, you're putting yourself in harm's way. You put yourself in harm's way. Yourself, your people, all that. So that's something we going that's some we're gonna work on. Setting boundaries. Set a boundary. Set a boundary and let me know how it work out. Let me know how it work out. Meet somebody new and set a boundary. See, it might be hard trying to set boundaries with people when you've already been living a certain way and letting shit slide and pass. It might be hard to set a boundary then because it's hard for people to respect it. Now, I ain't saying don't do it. I mean, okay, it ain't. It's not hard to set one. You can set it, but people probably not gonna respect it because you ain't been setting these kind of boundaries. So this is all they know. So you gotta you gotta work with them too, depending on what kind of boundary that you set that you want somebody to respect. Depending on what it is and how detrimental it is to your life, you gotta work with them too because they only known you to be a certain way. You've only known you to be a certain way. So to expect somebody to change like that just because you think you changing or because you changing, it's not realistic. It ain't realistic. So you got to be be mindful that setting boundaries now about things that you've been doing could be difficult. But at the end of the day, if you want people to respect it, then they gotta respect it. And if they don't, then you know what you gotta do. If they don't, you know what you gotta do. If people don't respect your boundaries, you know what you gotta do. But be mindful, be mindful that it's a high possibility people are not going to be able to adjust to your new boundaries because they've only known you to be a certain way in life. So you're gonna have to be you're gonna have to hold up, hold up, leave that. Yeah, you just gonna have to be mindful that it ain't gonna happen on your terms. But depending on how serious it is, you might just gotta cut that person off anyway. And you may just need to cut a lot of people off anyway, because that's another thing. If people been condoning a certain energy from you for so long and participating in it, they probably not somebody that you need to be around in this transformation anyway. People get upset when you mention boundaries. Yeah, well, shit, they might, but that's cool with me. I don't care, and I don't care how long I've known you. How long I've known you doesn't matter. What matters is, nigga, I'm growing, and you don't have no control over my growth. You can only accept it, and the same with you. I don't got no control over your growth. If you growing, I gotta accept it and figure out how to adjust to it. If I can't adjust to it, then I move on. I don't gotta mess with you. And it's really just that simple. So yeah, no, that's a fact. People do get upset when you talk about boundaries, but that when that happens, they didn't set it all right there. They didn't set enough for me already. You got upset when I brought up boundaries. Okay, that's cool. You said enough. That's cool because that everything need boundaries. So if you got mad when I brought up boundaries, then now I don't need to be fucking with you. Everything need boundaries. 'Cause if it ain't no boundaries, people ain't gonna know what lines they can cross. You feel me? If it ain't no boundaries, people not gonna know the lines that they can cross, the lines they shouldn't cross. Because like I was saying earlier, like you can't be mad. You can't be mad at somebody for you can't be mad at somebody for doing some shit that that you don't like, that they didn't know that you didn't like. You just had the thought in your head that you didn't like it. You knew what you didn't like, but you didn't tell them. You didn't tell them what you didn't like, but yet you upset with them for doing something that you didn't like, but they didn't know. They didn't know that you didn't like that. So yeah, a lot of that shit don't make sense. Me too. Hardest is my mom. She lived with me, making me crazy. I have sacrificed so much of myself trying not to hurt people feeling, but trying not to hurt people's feelings, but I can't do it anymore. Yeah, yeah, it be like that. It be like that. You gotta get them boundaries in. You gotta get them boundaries in though. Especially right now, because these gonna be the toughest times for people to really stay together. Friendships, relationships, family, all that. These gonna be the toughest times. Shout out Quentin Miller in this joint, man. Shout out Quentin Miller, my guy. Um, these gonna be the toughest. These gonna be the toughest times. The times that we in right now, because you can't go nowhere. You locked in with the people that you live with. Y'all locked in. Yeah, she a old. Yeah, I know. No, I know it's tough. And you say she lived with you. Yeah, that's a tough situation. That's a tough situation right there. Because like, yeah, you can. Yeah, it's just a wobbler because you know it's mine. Yes. Um. Okay, where was we at? Um. She's not awake. I don't feel like she's not. Hold on, let me put this up here. She's not awake. I do feel like when she hit the fan, when shit hit the fan, she's gonna give in and turn on me. Hey, that's the thing. Hey, that's the tough part, man. That's the tough part because like that's how it was structured for your family to divide. This shit was structured for your family to divide. So people who are aware of shit are always gonna be in a class with people who not aware, and it's gonna be the people that's closest to you that you probably care about the most. And that's the psychological mind game. That's the oh hold up. Damn, hold up. Hold up. Oh no. Hold up. Let me see something. You got the hold up, I gotta make sure it's something real quick. Uh Alright, bet. Uh um but yeah, it's built that way, man. Hey, Q Money, I ain't gonna lie. I don't wanna live without them. I don't, but I'm not gonna hold you. Cause I don't think y'all heard. I had dropped some information about this about this about this about this shot. The shots that they're trying to get people to take. I had dropped some information about it, but I'll drop it again right now. But basically, the people who get this, it got nanobots in it. The shot got nanobots in it. So the people who get nanobots are gonna are the people who have nanobots in them, the nanobots can be controlled on the other end by a button. And even if you didn't get the vaccine, when it's triggered a certain mile radius, it releases like an atomic bomb. It releases its mechanisms and nanobots um what is it? A certain what is it? Out a certain parameter, right? A mile radius, They can so people who got the shot, the V, the vac. If you got the vac, right? Um, when they can the nanobots, it can be released into a certain mile radius and affect people who didn't even take the shot. So I'm gonna put it like this: if my parents got the shot, we not going over there. We not coming to your crib. We not doing none of that shit. And it is what it is. It's rough, but that's the detriments of being aware and people not being aware. Because like like I got my own family to look after who I got to see every day. I don't live with my parents. So I'm not in their household. So I got to make sure my household is straight. I can't be yeah, I can't be putting my household in jeopardy because of other people's unawareness. I'm not putting no blame on nobody, but it is a tough situation. But I'll just like by me understanding what's going on, I come to the understanding that you got to make tough decisions in tough situations. So I would just say, like for me, it's more things that boil around it because if you're not aware if you're not aware, that means you're most likely dependent on a system if you're not aware. And if you're dependent on the system because you're not aware, that means that you can be manipulated to go against your own kind. because you're dependent on something. Anybody that's dependent, I don't care what you say or how you put it, anybody that's dependent on something can be manipulated to go against anybody that they love. I don't care how much they love them. I don't care about none of that shit. If you're dependent on something, you can be manipulated to go against motherfuckers that you love to death. And that's just the facts of it. And it's hard to hear. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's just the facts, and we gotta look at it like that. That's how I gotta look at it, because my parents didn't get the information that I got. So they not, you know, they up in age now. So the shit I'm talking about is just like, you feel me? So I can't really be worried about that as much as it do cross my mind and shit, and I do want my peoples to be all right, my aunties, whatever, all that shit. Cause I got aunties that didn't take the shit. Like it's shit, yeah. But so what if you're what if you're what? What if you what you say, J and J? So what if you're what? What if you're lie? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. You said, what if I'm what? What if I'm blind? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a tough situation, man. And at the end of the day, like you remember, ain't nothing your fault. Nothing's your fault. Okay, it's not your fault the situation that our parents are in, but it's also not our parents' fault completely the situations that they are in. You feel me? So it's a tough situation, and I feel like the only things that can be done is like you can try to exhaust all avenues, but like you can't. Everybody is responsible for themselves at the end of the day. Especially people older than us, especially our elders. So um like yeah, it's a I would say you only thing you can do, especially like with your parents, exhaust all options first. But time is also ticking too. Like we closely approaching a stage in this process where like it's we about to see like who's 100 and who's not. So I will say time is ticking. I'm not telling you to like put your mom out and nothing like that. Like I would never like encourage that. But I will say if you got kids, like everybody's important, but even like you'll never be able to save everybody. I don't care like what it is. Like that's just like nature. That's Mother Nature. You'll never be able to save everybody. It's always gonna be casualties. And we got to accept the fact that that can be people that's going to be close to us because that's just the way that's just the way that the world works. Because like when you was born by yourself. When you die, you're gonna die by yourself. Like we're not gonna be like holding hands with nobody. And I mean, the physical body. You're not gonna be holding hands with nobody on that, on that journey. So it get tricky. So I really just look at it like, okay, well, what is it? What is number one priority on my list? My family, my immediate family, which would be my my queen, my goddess, my kids, and then everything else after that, it gotta fall in line with my life. And if it don't, if it's gonna affect my life, then I gotta keep it away. So I'm saying that to say that I gotta put my kids first before adults. I gotta put my kids and my queen first before adults. Or my queen and my kids first. Because we gotta make sure the queen is, you know, so she can be the best her that she can be. If you're around anyone that got the shot, will it affect you? That's what I'm saying. Maybe not now, but once they get people good and comfortable and hang, because that, see, here's the thing: people still not hanging out heavily yet, consistently. But when they get everybody feeling good and comfortable, like boom, everybody then got the shot, we good. People gonna start hanging out heavily again, big crowds. So how do you wipe out? That's what I try to tell people, man. And I really don't want to get, but okay, nigga, this shit. Just put it like this, nigga. This shit really hurt my heart because a lot of people. How do you wipe people out? You create an issue, then you get them to. You create an issue, then you create a resolvement to the issue. Then you get people to get in large spaces together. And what you do when you get people to get in large spaces together, bing, you start utilizing those nanobots that you then implanted in other people that then took this shot. Now, these is you got people in closed large quantities of people in closed spaces. A club that's 2, 3, 400 people. Sometimes 2, 3, 4, 500 people in a club. Bing, all these vibrations and frequencies and radiations and shit is going out. And now it's attacking people whether you got vaccinated or not. So it may not be a thing now because everybody ain't got. They still working on getting a bunch of people vaccinated. This is an experiment. This is an experiment that is not. That's not a vaccination. Also, it's not a vac. We got to call it what it is. It's a spike protein. It's a GMO, a spike protein, genetically modified organism. It's a spiked protein, a genetically modified organism. What if you're around anyone that got the vaccine and don't know they got it? Will nanobots still affect you? Yes, the nanobots are going to affect you regardless if, no, but it's not until, because you got to understand these are scientists and stuff on the other end. So it's not until they activate. It's not until they activate, but they want to get people comfortable and before they activate. They want to get people comfortable before they activate, but it's not until they activate, right? So it ain't. But you don't want to. You want to start operating carefully now and letting people know now. To be honest, like I gotta let my people know now. Like, look, I ain't gonna be coming around like that. If you know, if y'all messing around, I can't come around like that. I can't do that. I'm not coming around. I ain't bringing the kids around. We not doing it, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt everybody. That's gonna hurt us both. It's gonna hurt me, them, all that. But I mean, should I be mad at that? I mean, do I do it because it hurt, or do I just protect my family? Do you do it because it's gonna hurt, or you do it to protect your family? Because I've been telling people, like, I've been speaking about this kind of stuff for years. I've been speaking about this kind of stuff for a few years. I'm just this really my first time. Like, I would speak about it on my Instagram, but this my first time like really giving it on the internet, because it would more so be like either in person with people, or on my Instagram, but more so in person. I wasn't even, when I first came into this, it was just more so in person. I wasn't even like comfortable um speaking on it publicly yet, because I couldn't like, I wasn't able to like back nothing up. I didn't feel secure in it. But yeah, like, but yeah, I've been trying to be on this kind of time with people and trying to inform people that I know that's close to me. But you know, that's all you can do is tell people, inform them. You can't make nobody do nothing, and that's something that you just gotta accept. Right? Protect family. Protect family. And yeah, I just look at it like I can't. Like, I would do like so much for my mom. You feel me? But in these kind of situations, I can't put her first. So yeah, I would just say that. Goody, just try to look at it the best way you can, but just look at the bigger picture and what's really at stake, and what's important. Because like, if everything is sabotaged, then what will ever be? Big Wavy said my cousin said she want to travel, so she getting it. Yeah, that's why I be telling people, like, and a lot of people, and that's a lot of people who said they wasn't getting it at first, and they not even I ain't I from what I've heard, people who travel, they haven't even had any of those experiences yet. Nobody told them anything about nothing. Like, they've been able to travel fine without a vaccination. So I don't even know where that. I know where that came from. That comes from the shit that they say on the news that people don't understand, because people don't go research and read, which is another thing. Like, we think the news is law. They think the news is law, and that's media. That's media. So yeah, a lot of people say that, but they're gonna they're gonna try to put things in front, and actually they can't even do that. Like I said, it ain't that's violating your constitutional rights. So I don't even know how that shit gonna come into play. I feel like that's just to scare people. They say shit like that to scare people, to see how many people going, yeah, play into they web, man. Nobody fucking with that. Play into they web. So yeah, they gonna try to put, or act like they trying to put restrictions on a bunch of things that people like to do, that a bunch of shit that people like to do and care about. They're gonna act like they're gonna try to put restrictions on it if you don't get that shot. But like I said, they can't do that. They can't do that. And this is why I'm telling people to go get that passport the correct way. The correct way, not just go get a passport. So don't just go get it without hollering at me or watching my videos or something. Don't just go get no passport because you got to get it the correct way. But that's why I tell people go get the passport. And you can't be told anything. You can't be told anything. Like, go get the passport and you can't be told nothing. You're going to be able to travel how you please, whatever. The passport is a driver's license. So yeah, you're gonna be A1 steez, man. But without the proper knowledge and the proper documents, they're gonna trick a lot of people into going to get a vaccination because people feel like they ain't gonna be able to do nothing without it. A lot of people gonna get tricked in that. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Like, it's not a game. Like, Rome is working. They trying to wipe people out. This is another wipeout, another experiment, another part of an extinction. So y'all you can play with it if you want to. You can play with it if you want to. You can play with it if you want to. Motherfuckers be acting like they know what's going on and all that shit. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. What Blueface say? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Think you know what's going on? Yeah, all right. Somebody tell you they think they know what's. When people think they know everything that's going on, you can ask them this: is taxes voluntary or mandatory? And if they say it's mandatory, tell them to show you where it say you got to pay taxes. I bet you nobody can show me where it say it's mandatory to pay taxes. Nobody can show where it's mandatory to pay taxes at. That's the kind of questions I ask people. Okay, you know everything. Is taxes mandatory or voluntary? Oh, they voluntary? Where? Show me where it say that. Oh, they mandatory? Show me where it say that. Show me the laws. Where's the laws that made you run the H&R Block? Cause it ain't no laws that made a nigga run the H&R Block. Nigga seen his mama filing taxes. She seen her mama filing taxes, so that's what made her run the H&R Block. He seen his daddy filing taxes. She seen her. He seen his mom. He seen his daddy filing taxes. That's why he ran the H&R Block. But nobody can show you a law that says you have to pay taxes. So how do they lock people up for tax evasion? Because you claim to be dead, because we claim to be a dead person, like that video I was showing about civil little mortgage, or the video I did about civil little mortgage yesterday. Um, if you black, you're dead. If you're African American, you're dead in the eyes of the law. You don't exist, so you ain't got no rights. So they can do what they want to do with you. If you say you black, if you want to be black, then you want to be pimped. That's basically what you're asking for. You're saying pimp on me, men and women. if you telling somebody that you black, African American, a Negro, colored, any of that shit, you're saying pimp on me. You can do what you want to do with me. You can have your way with me. You can fuck me however you want to fuck me. No Vaseline, with Vaseline. Just have it. I don't got it. You don't have to give me no rights. You don't got to give me nothing. You could just do what you want to do with me. I am your slave. I am your master. That's what calling yourself black, Negro, colored, African American does for you, which is the reason why you can be locked up for tax evasion because you are not a human. You are a corporation. You're dead in the eyes of the law. You are artificial. So you are gonna get locked up for tax evasion. They lock niggas up for less than that. Really, you know, we can attest to that. We didn't see niggas get locked up for less. So yeah, that's why they lock people up for tax evasion because you filled out a W-4. That's why I say don't fill out a W-4. If you got a W-4, you need to adjust your tax. You need to update your tax status. Don't fill out a W-4. The W-4, you're giving consent to pay taxes. And if you don't pay taxes, you're giving consent for them to hold you accountable or bring a consequence, bring action, bring recourse to you if you don't pay. That's what a W-4 is saying. You're giving consent. So if you give consent to be held liable for tax evasion, or if you're giving consent to pay taxes, then you're giving consent to be held liable to pay them, or to be held liable for tax evasion. If you're giving consent to pay taxes because you told them you was gonna pay, so now you didn't pay. So that's why I say like it's they're not. You're doing it. You're doing it by signing the contract. Like we really got to read these. Well, not even read them because you got to figure out what they say first. Because we can read them all day long and don't know what they say. But we got to figure out what the contracts say, and we got to know we don't have to sign these. It's other ways around this. So what is that though? And that's why I say like you don't got to fill out a W-4. It's other documents to fill out that you'll be able to work without paying taxes. So what if you're what? What you say? Oh, hold on. That's so old. Hey, no. Oh, I think I missed something. But sure, I would feel terrible. I feel terrible at the fact of putting moms out too. I think I missed that earlier. But shit, kids, man, them babies is innocent. That's what I think about. The babies is innocent. Like they learn from us. So that's gonna be something that they're gonna learn too. That's what we teaching them to condone behavior even when it's gonna affect them negatively. I don't know how I got to that. I think I scrolled up to that comment real quick, but I just wanted to address it. But where was I at? You are right. So yeah, the taxes you ain't gotta. Yeah, that's cap. Ain't nobody got no law to say that. And shit really be that simple. Like this shit is simpler. Like it is a lot of deep shit about this. Don't get it twisted. But a lot of this information is real simple. It's simple too. It's simpler than the eye can see or the ear can hear a lot of times. Because yeah, like I just said, nobody's ever provided us with any kind of information saying this is why you have to do this. But it's the contract. If you enter into a contract saying you got to do something, all they got to do is create the stipulations on what's going to happen if you don't, and they got you. They got you. All they got to do is create the documents with the stipulations on what's going to happen to you if you don't fulfill the contract, right? I need to say that. So yeah, tax evasion. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. Go back and watch the videos that I dropped and get your shit right. I don't care who you work for. I don't care who you work for. No matter who it is. Go back and get your tax info correct and get all your bread. Get all your bread, get your passport. Um, get some knowledge, man. Stand on your constitution and you ain't gotta worry about none of this shit they talking about on the news. I'm trying to tell you, like, I literally have no worries about none of this. Do I believe in preparing? Yeah, for sure. But I know on a mental level all this shit is fake. It doesn't exist. They create it. So we good. Dang, my lives always be they just be everywhere. They be everywhere. For real. 'Cause I started off talking about something, but all this shit is relevant because it all boils back to knowledge itself. If you don't know who you is, you can't be none of this shit. And that's just the fact. You don't know who you is, you can't be none of this shit. You can't apply none of this because it's not gonna make sense. It goes against the training. It goes against the psychological training that we've been subject to. Everybody smack that like button. Everybody smack that like button. If you ain't smack that like button, shout out to everybody in the chat who been listening, communicating. Questions? Any questions? 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 Shout out Broadway, man. Shout out Broadway. Broadway, what's popping? How you doing, fam? Do I think this is the end of times? Nah, hell no. This not the end of times. The world ain't about to end or no shit like that. Like, don't believe that shit. Don't listen to nobody. Hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna put y'all up on some game that what was that shit I was oh anything with the word natural, listen to me close. And you can go Google this. That's everything that I'm saying, like you can research it. Anything with the word natural, shout out Slick Sam. Um, oh yeah, all the time. All the time, Goody. That's what I'm here for. That's what people is for. That's what information is for. It's not to hoard it. Because keeping information to yourself, that's what creates jealousy and envy and shit. That's why we in the mental states that we are. Because we think that we need to keep information to ourselves. We think we need to keep information to ourselves. But if I keep information to myself, then that means, well, it doesn't mean this, but that could possibly mean only I'm gonna get ahead as far as the people that surround me. And if only I'm getting ahead, what's that gonna create in other people's minds that's surrounding me? We already know what that's gonna create: jealousy, envy. So it's like, but we've been trained to keep information to ourselves and not share it. But we gotta share it. So yeah, like this is um this is my due diligence to the universe. This is what we was put here for. This is really all of our due diligence to the universe. We may not know it, but like part of that is sharing good information and helping people. Sharing good information and helping people. So that's just the due. Yeah, that's what all of our due diligence, like by universal law. We was put here to like share information and help people. I mean, other things too, but yeah, share information. And not sharing information, that's what keeps shout out Carell. Shout out Carell. So NOTV. Go subscribe to his channel if you're not. Um, um, hold up. But that's the shit that breeds jealousy and envy and shit. Because niggas like to hide information. People like to hide information, men and women. They like to hide information and keep it to themselves. Really, because they probably didn't fuck with that person like that in the first place. Because I feel like if I fuck with you good enough to share any beneficial information with you. I feel like I fuck with you enough to share it with you. Oh damn. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. So, yeah, sorry to hear that, Khalil. Yeah, keep your head on swivel, G. For real, for real. Yeah, keep your head on swivel, man. And just know, like, I always say this, but energy never die. This just a body. So yeah, keep your head on swivel and my condolences. For real, for real. Um, but yeah, like not sharing information, that's what that's what keep the that's what keep us down because niggas don't want to share information. Like if I fuck with you, I'm not about to like, you know, like we see it all the time. Your man's get the plug first on something, whatever it is, legal, illegal, whatever. Your man's get the plug on something, but he only want to have the plug on it. Like he don't want to share no information. He don't want to really put you on or nothing like that. And no, it's not about like nobody owes nobody nothing, but you want to at least share the information. Nobody owes nobody nothing. You share the information, and it's up to that person to take it to where they want to take it to. You feel me? You don't owe nobody nothing, but you can put people on with information. Okay, yeah, no, you may not be able to walk me in, but shit, you can do something. And we don't got that kind of energy. We don't got that kind of mentality. It's like, nah, it's just gonna be me doing this. I'm gonna be the nigga that's I'm gonna be the nigga that's holding this whole region down. And I'm gonna distribute the niggas who, you feel me? That's the mentality. And it's not the right one. It's not the right one. Because people fuck with people that share information. People fuck with people that don't hold back positive shit that can benefit not just only them, but the people around them. Because the kind of shit that I be saying the shit that's gonna help a nigga until he die in the physical. This shit that we could use till we till we transition. You can always use the info. But if we can get out the mind state of feeling like I'm the only one that needs to know this information because I need to be distributing the information to these people, or I need to look like the guy. I need to be the nigga. I gotta be that nigga. When the name of the game was really to just try to stay low key. Everybody want to be the nigga. Everybody want to be the leader. Everybody want to be in charge. When if everybody knew the information, everybody could be in charge of your own situation. You can be in charge of your own situation. You don't need me. I don't need you. We can come together and be useful to each other, but we don't need each other because we know the same info. We know the same info. But see, what I notice about that is at that point, then it just depends on the person. It depends on the person. And it becomes more of a personal thing because you may be willing to take the info further than that person. It may sound good to them and they may want to do it, but they may not got the will to or the discipline to want to apply it. And that's where the difference come in at. Which is why you wanna which is why you wanna set your boundaries because you can kind of know if people like that already. You ever notice like people will come and ask you shit that they can easily Google. People will come and ask you stuff that they can easily Google, easily, like some simple stuff. Or like people even ask Facebook. They be like Facebook, and I'm like, damn. Like they'll make a post asking a question, and I ain't shade nobody for doing that, but that's the lack. Like, okay, let me put it like this: Because doing that here and there is like, but if you're trying to get some real serious information and you asking Facebook everything all the time, then that's that's lost in the sauce. And I didn't see people do that. Like everything they want to know, like they'll make a post about it and ask people, and then go off the comments. That's ridiculous. Oh, so you seen that? You seen that before, Wavy? Yeah, that shit crazy, and it be grown ass people too. It be grown people, it be young people, it be some of everybody. It ain't no it ain't no it's not a specific demographic. It ain't people that do or don't. It's like it's different ages and all of that. Different nationalities, different cultures. They just be on there just saying and doing like some weird stuff. And it's just like, yeah, niggas is this age, which is why age is subjective. It's about the knowledge you obtain and the information you obtain, and then and if you're gonna apply it, because you can get some information all the time, but if you don't use it, it's worthless. It's like it didn't exist. It's like you didn't get it. Like like I can like I can talk about the taxes and like give like examples and stuff all day long. But if people don't use it, like it's not gonna be useful. It's not gonna be useful to them. It ain't gonna be useful to them. Like it's gonna be useful to me, but it won't be useful to you if you don't apply it. If you don't look it up, make the connection, start looking at these documents and looking at the words that they're using. It fucked me up when people pray to Facebook. Yeah, it fucked me up when people do a lot of things on Facebook. Like, whoa, for real? Like we put this much energy into Facebook, and that's one of the crazy things about. And I ain't knocking nobody that go to church or nothing or pray to God, but a large quantity of holy rollys, for lack of better words, or just like people in general. I'm not even gonna say that, but anybody, I ain't gonna say anybody, but a lot of people most people who've been trained to believe in a God that they never seen, but treat the people that they see every day closest to them like shit. Like that's kind of like, you know, it kind of throws me, it kind of throws me off. Because like people would treat the people that they see every day like shit. But and see that's the thing too, because nobody's innocent. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does shit. You feel me? So you hold the God that was given to us to a standard, and you I don't even understand that because people violate what God's word is, right? So you're not even really holding God to you're not even really holding God to the standard that you acting like you holding God to, if that makes sense. I might have lost y'all with that one. I might have lost y'all with that one. So let me see if I can recap that. And let me see if I can recap that and minimize it. Okay. We've been taught to pray to a God that we didn't initially see. Some people might say that they seen God. Like, I'm not here to argue that part. But initially, most people are introduced to God. They didn't see a God, right? So people would go with the narrative that they have to treat this guy with all the respect in the world, even though people don't. But the person next to you, dog them the fuck out. Dog them. And you see them every day. You feel their energy every day. So it's just kind of odd. I don't even know how I got on that. How did I get on that? I don't even know how I got on that. But it just don't make sense to me. Because you can't respect or try to be in any alignment with God when you treating the people that's what I'm saying. Like, they've been training us to because it's like you're not even being okay, you won't even respect yourself. That's when shit get tricky with people. And I ain't trying to offend nobody, I'm not. But like, people won't even respect themselves, but say, oh, this and God that and God, when really like you are the guy. Like, it starts from within. If you can learn how to treat yourself with respect because you know who you are, then you can respect the laws of God, which is like, it's your shit. It's your shit. It gotta start from within. You cannot, it's just like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But the first thing they teach us to do is look away from with like Sunday school and all that shit is just training. You look away from yourself, and now you look into the figures that they didn't made to be deities to us, or idols rather. And you ain't even putting that into yourself. You're not even putting that into yourself because they saying put all into the God, when really, when that is true, but you are the God. That's the only way you can be in alignment with the universe, which is God. So it's just wicked to be like how we fucked up. We messed up. We messed up for real. So we gotta break those. We gotta break we gotta break them chains first. Cause they got us in chains for real. Cause a lot of people, I didn't got to talking this around my family members that's they all in the church and shit, and they think I'm out to lunch. They think I'm out to lunch, but I'm not out to lunch. I'm very much aware of the shit that I'm seeing and hearing and paying attention to and reading and comprehending. I'm not out to lunch because I see them. I see the people who are, and not all people, and that's the fucked up part. Because some people in church got pure intentions, but they being misled, but they being led by false narratives. They're being led by false narratives. A lot of people that attend church do have good intentions, but you can't be your best you if you was given If you was getting given a false foundation, though, you can't. You feel me? They didn't give us principle in church. They told you don't do this and don't do that, and if you do it, this is what's gonna happen. They didn't give us no principle or foundation to stand on. You know, because we didn't see that. Like, you go home, that like the pastor, his shit fucked up. Y'all seen Greenleaf and shit. Y'all know that shit really be like that. Pastor shit fucked up. They shit, they human just like the next. So like, yeah, they never gave us no foundation to stand on. They were just telling us what to do and what not to do. And if you do this, you're going to hell. And all this mumbo jumbo. I don't be going for none of that. I ain't trying to hear none of that. So my peoples, they don't like when I get to popping it because I get to ask them questions that they can't answer. I get to ask them questions that they can't answer. Yeah, shut up and listen and don't question. They could, they could never, and that's what I mean. Like, that's a that's a submissive, that's a submissive mind state. Shut up, listen, and don't question. No, no, no. That's how people hoard power over you. That's what I mean when I say like sharing information. That's how you know people don't got good intentions. Because you telling me to shut up and don't question. How do you learn if you don't question? You supposed to be sharing information. So whatever I need to know, you need to tell me. And if you don't know, I need to know where I can get the info at. I need to know where I can go get the info at. Yeah, I'm not shutting up and listening. I gotta question everything, and I get to asking questions, and they be like, all right, or they, how people dance around and deflect the question. They do a lot of that. So, watch go to church. Who go to church in here? We got 14 people in here who go to church, and I ain't about to say no shady shit. I ain't even coming like that. I just want to know, who go to church in here, or who got access to going to church, or who got access to talking to a pastor. Who got access to talking to a pastor? And you ask them this. Let me see. Ask them this. Ask them, are you familiar with etymology? Ask them that, and then ask them, are you familiar with etymology? And are you aware that the Bible is anthropomorphic and allegorical? Uh, yeah, ask him that, and see what his eyes do. watch his eyes, pay attention to his body language. Pull your pastor to the side, or if you know one, pull him to the side and ask him, are you familiar with etymology? And are you aware that the Bible is anthropomorphic and allegorical? And he's going to have a look on his face that you're not going to forget. He's going to react the way that you're not going to forget. Of course, he's going to act like he don't know what you're talking about. But ask him that. Ask him that. Because the thing is, we're not asking the right questions because they keeping us dumbed down. We're not asking the right questions. We asking like not good questions, not dumb questions, because no question is a dumb question, but we're not asking the right ones. So yeah, I'll challenge somebody to go ask their pastor, are you familiar with etymology? And are you aware that the Bible is anthropomorphic and allegorical? You probably want to ask the second question first, though. Because if you ask the first question, he's probably going to be on guard for the second one. So you want to ask the most explosive one first, which would be, are you aware that the Bible is anthropomorphic and allegorical? And you may not fully know, but after you ask him that or her, they're gonna they're gonna have a sense that they can't speak to you the same way. They're gonna have a thought in their head that they can't speak to you the same way. They probably won't speak to you the same way unless you still engage with them like you don't know. If you still engaging with them like you don't know, then they probably will speak to you the same way. But if you ask them that question and then probably don't say nothing to them at all, they're gonna in their mind, they're gonna be like, okay, I can't approach them a certain way. But if you still acting and talking and walking like a slave, then it ain't gonna mean nothing. They're gonna be like, oh, they was just talking. They didn't know. You stopped going to church a while ago. Well, like I said, you ain't gotta go. I mean, you can, you know, however, I mean, you ain't gotta do it. I'm just saying. For anybody who do, yeah, go ask them. Or if you got access to a pastor, go ask them and watch the response in the body language that you get. Ask them the second question first, though. Anthropomorphic and allegorical. Yeah. My granddad asked, so religious, but cheated on his wife. Big Wavy said, Big Wavy said, hey, that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. Motherfucker, so religious, so this and so that, but it didn't stop you from doing anything that was against that religion that you claim or that you hold sacred to your heart. You feel me? Say, and had a kid on it. Yeah. So, and I'm not condemning him, but what I'm more so saying is like your religion, like with none of that shit has nothing to do with nothing. They got us believing in false shit. This starts from principle, the principles and the foundation that's instilled to you as a young man and a young lady, as a child, growing, what you grow into, how you scoped it, what kind of values that you taught. It ain't got nothing to do with religion, and that's what the misconception is. Like getting married doesn't keep anyone together, nor does the religion. None of that shit keeps anyone together. Like you can literally be married without going and you can just do a ceremony and you don't have to go get no paperwork or none of that because it's about y'all. It's about what y'all gonna do, what values y'all gonna stand on, how y'all really mess with each other. Only thing they doing for you is they basically they charging you to do the paperwork. And not only are they charging you to do the paperwork, when you get that certificate, they making money off that shit. Stock market, baby. They throw that right on the stock market. Boom! Hook, line, sinks. Y'all remember when Biggie did that shit? Hook, line, sink. Hook, line, sink. Marriage certificate, okay, we got one. Here's a money maker. That's a bond. We throwing that on the stock market. Let's get that. Okay. Stock market bound. That's what we own. Well, that's what they own, man. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. By the power vested, you hear what the pastor say, by the power vested in him. Power vested in him. Power vested in him. He didn't say nothing about God. So yeah. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm over here getting some bread real quick. Over here getting some bread real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. some bread, getting some bread, getting some bread, getting some bread. All those were oh yeah. Secure something real quick. Secure the little bag, man. Little, little quick 200. Hey, this shoe should be that quick though. It'd be that quick. I just made 200 in like what? How long was I on the phone? Probably like a few seconds, maybe a minute or two. It's a crazy world, bro. Yeah, it is, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's not crazy. It's crazy because they ain't tell us. They ain't tell us the right shit. That's why. But it ain't really crazy. It's like it's the way shit. It's the way shit work because that's the way that we allow it to work because we don't know how to make it work any other different way because you know, we're not applying the information on the real, making bread off the phone. I just spent what? I just spent what, 15, 20 bucks. I just spent 20 bucks and I made 200. So yeah, I spent 20 and I made 220. So that's 200 bucks, right? Yeah, 200 bucks. Hey, yeah, hey, this phone is a gold mine, a silver mine, mine, for real. All right, so shit, I think we about to get up out of here, shit. Unless y'all got some more questions, probably about to get up out of here. Where we at? 144. The Jedi, hit me, and I'll put you on. I'll show you how to get into that. First thing you got to be comfortable with is having your notifications on, having a bunch of notifications on. I get notifications all day. I get notifications all day. I get notifications all day. So that's the first thing. But nah, yeah, if you want to fuck with it, hit me on IG. Cause it's for sure lucrative, especially where you at. You in a you in a prime spot. You in a prime location, right next door to New York, not too far from Philly. Y'all got access to shit over there. They be having shit that come out over there. Sometimes it don't drop over here. They be having shit that come out only over here. Like they just dropped them undefeated Kobe's the other day, but they only dropped in LA. Union? No, it wasn't Union, it was undefeated. Undefeated, not Union. Undefeated. But they only dropped it was LA only. Oh, you gonna have one like you did the other day when y'all was playing the music. That's what you talking about? For real? What was that, yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. Like yesterday? This nigga always. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear my shit, nigga. I ain't no I ain't no rapper. Hey, but I heard I had peeked in yesterday on you. You was gassing some shit. Freestyle. I think well, I don't know if it was a freestyle, but you was rapping over a beat. I assumed it was a freestyle. He said he got a joint. He got a joint. You don't care. All right. You're gonna have to play that. I just hope we got good quality. As long as it's good quality. Not the song, but I'm more so talking about I'm talking about like how it sound over the speaker. Cause like for some reason, everybody's shit don't sound good over the speaker. One time I was playing Nico shit and they was like, man, they couldn't even hear it. So but when I be hearing y'all play shit, it seemed like it plays just fine. So what time you doing that? Tomorrow you gonna try to have a rap battle? Oh shit. Well, who? Oh, that's a surprise. It's a rap battle. Beats or no beats? Beats or no beats? That's gonna be live. Yeah, I got a clear phone. So that means with beats, okay. All right, Keys, you better get ready. Rap battle tomorrow. Hey, hey, hey. Dipset, 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 dipset. Jewels, dip. Santana, set. Who you with? But yeah, man, I'm out of here. Stand on what you say and only say what you can stand on, man. I'll see y'all in a minute.